Well, I'm kind of having a start and stop go type of week trying to get this video done. I guess that can be the case when you're actually experimenting. You have a plan that didn't go the way you want it to, or you think it should. So let me catch up with what I've done. This is the one I put together in the last video. Took it down and took it back apart, put it back together again, been kind of messing with it. It works pretty well. It's got a wobble in it because one of the blades, the slots, is not perfectly all the way in, so it kind of wobbles. Other than that, it works real well. But I was trying to continue forward with this same thought process. I cut me some new, I went and bought me some half-inch poplar. It's a nice light wood. I really like the way it feels. It's kind of a hard wood, but it's not super hard. And then I cut some blades. I'll show that. I cut some blades out of 1/8 inch Baltic birch. And the idea is this would be more flexible. If I needed to, I could put it in warm water and put it into place, because I was going to go with a little more angle. So I cut me 2 ends out of this poplar. And those ends are cut identically. There's 2 of them, cut identically. And they're cut at a 12-degree angle. Like I say, this angle is 12 degrees off of the straight up and down, whereas on this one, that's 10 degrees. I thought I was going to go up a couple of degrees. The very first one I cut was 20 degrees. That was way too much. I was having trouble getting it together. It was way too much stress on the blades. So you can see how they're bending right there. It's because the angle's different down here. It is up here, and it's causing that blade, you have to bend it to get it into place, because this angle's wanting to hold it in that direction. But it puts a nice little flex in those blades if you get them in there. That one's curved in the wrong direction, but if you get them all curved in the right direction, it really works well. So I cut these 2 pieces of poplar, and then the thing that I've been concerned about on using this type of wood, you got this grain, is when you try to put something together, you put stress on a weak point. And that's what's right here. You see the grain is running this direction. As I got this all put together with these blades, and I was trying to put the last one in place and kind of tap it in. Well, it just broke right there. And that was one of my concerns about doing this sort of thing, that you can't put a lot of stress on that. In some places, the angle it's right. You know, I mean, the grain is going in the direction that gives you strength and not weakness. But wherever you cut it, you're going to have that. So my original thought was I'll take a piece of 1/4 inch, lay over the top of that, glue it all together with the grain running the other direction, and that would take care of that. And then I woke up this morning and thought, well, why put that on top of 1/2 inch? Just get 2 1/4 inch pieces and alternate them with the grains, make you a composite. So that's what I did. I had some scrap 1/4 inch stuff over there. As you can see, the grain's going this way, and then it's going that way. And that makes a 1/2 inch piece. So I'm going to cut these same 12-degree angles in these 2 pieces. And I think that's going to work nicely. That's not subject to break. And I'm going to use these, this Baltic birch blades on it. So the next step is to lay out the spots to cut, and I'm going to take it over with the scroll saw. I'm going to put them together with some blue tape and some super glue, make sure they perfectly match, and drill a hole through them so the holes will match while they're together. Usually when I do that, I take them to the sander and sand any places they're out around with each other, which is not much, but I get them as close as I can. And then I'll go cut it at that 12-degree angle with a spiral blade. So I've worked on this 2 or 3 days, and basically everything I did before is kind of thrown out the window, because I need to come back to this composite top and bottom to be able to stand the stress of those angles that the blades put on the top and bottom. So let me get these marked up, get them laid out so I can cut them the same as these, and then I'll get them with the scroll saw with my with the right blade, and then cut it. and put it together and see how it looks. Okay, so I've got this put together, got it all sanded off smooth where it's all even, got it marked where I want to cut it, got a hole drilled through both layers. I've got this table set on the saw at 12 degrees, and I've got a number 3 spiral blade in it. So I'm going to cut these. I can get me a piece of that plywood over here, and as I cut them, I'll make sure that it fits. They don't have to be super snug, but you need a little bit of slack to work them in and out, because it's kind of difficult when you get them in a bind. But I want them fairly snug. The final product will be glued together or attached somehow. This is just a test. So I'm going to start cutting these, and won't be long after that we'll put it together and see what we can do with it. Well, there it is. It's cut out. I managed to put it together. That's like a 3-handed job, so I didn't even try to film it. Still need to do a little adjustment on it to get the top and the bottom perfectly parallel, but they're pretty close. Now, I kind of like the way it looks. The plywood was flexible enough that I was able to twist it into the top and bottom and get them to all bend about the same way. So I'm going to put me a hanger on it, get me a swivel, take it out, and if I can get some wind, we'll see how good it spins. Okay, it's spinning very nicely. As you can see, it's spinning. The other one is not. That other one spins very nicely in a low wind, but it's not responding like this one is. It seems like every time I go a few more degrees on the angle, it spins a little better than the last one. Eventually I'll hit that breaking point, I guess, the point of diminishing returns, where I won't be doing any better, I'll be doing worse. But I haven't reached it yet. I really like the way this one spins. When you get a really heavy wind, it really goes. It's just barely a breeze right now. You can barely feel it on your skin, but it's trying to spin. So it's very efficient. And they say the other one's trying to pick up now, and now we're getting some speed. But it's a very efficient spinner. It's getting, every one I do is a little better than the last, and I'm going to see how far I can go. See how fast I can get them to spin, how low a wind I can get them to spin in. What I'm doing looks like seems going in a good direction. So I'm going to try it again in the next video and see what we can improve on. So if you like that, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe so you can see what's coming next. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.